Sometimes people are asking me, is it still good to go to immigrate to the United States? My answer is, I don't think so.
Oh, really?
Unless you have the business that you can actually run from the United States. But to go over there, to do what? People are in a la la land. They think they're going to land over there and have a great job and make money and be a millionaire. It doesn't work that way. You know, the reality is harsh. I think it's harsher than here in Poland. Over there, nobody cares about you. I mean, completely nobody.
Hi there, I'm KAMAL JAHID, and welcome to Warsaw Confidential. Each episode, I sit down with remarkable people from Poland and around the world to share inspiring stories and engage in honest conversations. My guest today is Maciej Holowinski, a Polish-American entrepreneur known for his relentless drive and success in business. After immigrating from Poland to the US, he faced numerous challenges and failures before finally building a thriving company. Now expanding into international markets, including Poland, Maciej continues to push the boundaries of business and technology. Thank you for supporting our show. Please enjoy this episode. This show is brought to you by Meknes, a brand I created to celebrate Moroccan craftsmanship, heritage, and now argan oil. Did you know Morocco is the only place in the world where you will find pure premium argan oil, a true liquid gold that's been our little secret for centuries. I use it for everything, hair, skin, and beard. I love it, and I know you will too. Meknes has brought the finest argan oil straight from Morocco, crafted into a collection of cosmetics that work. No fillers, just the best nature has to offer. Check out meknes.com, use the code MEKNES15 and enjoy 15% off your purchase and experience Morocco's beauty secret, because great hair or skin or beard shouldn't be a secret anymore. Maciej, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here finally.
Of course, finally, that's correct. My first question to you is, if someone clicks on this podcast and they decide to stay with us, why should they stay?
I think that my story is a very interesting story, and especially for your viewers who are very interested in Poland. A lot of viewers are foreigners, and a lot of viewers are Polish, I guess, who speaks English. And my point of view of Poland, it might be very interesting for your viewers. The reason for that is because I was born in Poland, and I spent most of my life in the United States. And now I'm recognizing Poland kind of like a foreigner looking at Poland. All those changes, all these things that happened, the good changes, and I see it from outside. So my point of view is going to be very interesting because I'm Polish. So I totally understand, Polish point of view, but I also understand American point of view. So I think it's going to be a very interesting story. Plus, all my story, with my ups and downs, how many times I failed, how many times I won. It might be interesting and inspiring story for others.
Beautiful, I love it. My next question is deliberately simple, but it requires a deep answer. So, who are you, what do you do, and why does it matter?
Sure. So my name is Maciej Holowinski. I have a dual citizenship. I'm Polish and American. I was born in Zielona Góra. So
we're going there this weekend.
Yes, yes, very exciting time for us. And I immigrated to the United States in 1992. Of course, I started like anybody else, doing simple jobs, living in a basement, living with 6 guys in 2-bedroom apartment. But that's the normal story of every single immigrant. So, I get married over there. I have a daughter. The thing is that I failed twice, and I learned my lesson. I failed with my marriage. So when I got divorced, I lost everything. That was the first time. And then when I took the wrong business partner, I lost again. So right now I learned my lessons. I'm not going to get married. again, and I'm never going to get any business partner.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
So believe it or not, but every time, the thing is that the immigrants,
Yeah.
especially from Poland, we know how to get up from the bottom. Believe it or not, but not that far. In 2020, I had $300 in my pocket. My business partner at that time, I don't want to get into the details, but basically I lost everything. And I rebuilt the business. And last year, I have a brand new business, e-commerce, which hit close to $1 million in revenue in 1 year.
Beautiful. Congratulations.
So thank you. So in America, everything is possible, and this is true. It is a land of opportunity too, but I'm ready for Polish dream.
All right. So we're gonna circle back before we get to Poland. I want to know the origin story, the first days when you migrated to the U.S. and you start thinking about doing your business. So try to summarize a little bit this part of your life.
Of course, actually, when you arrive in America, you don't think about opening a business. You just want to survive. I was 22, 23, so I just got a regular job. But I was working at the gas station. I was a regular clerk on the night shift. And I figured out it's time for change. So I was looking in the Chicago Tribune for another job. And I found the job at Avis Rent-A-Car. So I went for an interview. I got the job. And I worked for them 2 years. And what happens is I was one of the top salespeople at Chicago O'Hare Airport. On 44 agents, I was always number 3, number 4, number 5. I was never number 1, but whoever was number 1 always got fired because they were cheating. They're
really?
cheating in the system, yes.
Interesting.
Because we used to get paid it was based on the commission.
Yeah.
So from all those upsells or optional guest services, insurances that we sell, we get paid. So I was always one of those top people. So one day, Avis told me, "Hey, you want to be a manager?" I said, "How much you pay me for being a manager?" It was less money than I was regular sales agent. I was making more money, so I said no. But then they offered me agency operator position. So I run my own agency in Skokie, Illinois, and I accepted it because that was something that I like. Get paid based on your performance.
Right.
So I jump on it. Well, I was working for 10 years in that agency, and then it was again time for change. So I decided I'm going to open my own car rental company. So I opened my car rental company in Chicago, and after 2 years, I have to change again because most of my clients in Chicago, it was people who was involved in criminal activities. So 2 of my clients got killed in my cars. So police came in, confiscated the cars. I have to claim them in the insurance. My clients run through the red lights. So I collected about $28,000 in traffic tickets by my clients. Since they could not collect it from them, they jump on me. And they actually impounded the cars, and they told me, "You're not going to get this car back." I said, just take the car and towards the tickets. And they said, no, it doesn't work that way. What we're going to do, we're going to destroy your car, and you still will own the money for the tickets. I was laughing. I said, "Why are you laughing? You're not serious, are you?" No, we are serious. You will still own the money for the tickets, and then we'll destroy the car. So then I realized, okay, I'm leaving Illinois. I'm leaving Chicago. I got to find a safer business, and I went to Florida. That's how I figured out I'm going to change business a little bit profile to RV rentals. But I was actually delivering travel trailers. Those are like a przyczepa campingowa.
Okay.
In the States, we call it camper. Here, camper is the one that you drive. We call them camper in the U.S. the travel trailers. So I ran it for quite long, and then I went to Key West, Florida Keys. I was serving the Keys, and I was like, okay, I can't hit the ceiling. There's something missing. I just really need to do something different because I can't grow. I just simply cannot see myself, and this business required so much funding, capital to buy the trailers that I figured out I gotta look for something else. I always loved the gadgets, so Then I found this machine that makes water from the air. It sounds crazy, but I said, let's try it. So I bought 10 machines, and I was so excited. I got them at a good price. Now and then when they arrived, I was like, okay, they're here. What am I gonna do with them now? So I was trying to sell it to my friends, and they thought I'm crazy. Why are you calling me? About those machines. So then I figured out, like a Grant Cardone, which is one of my mentors. He said that people who are gonna buy stuff from you are strangers. Don't count on your family. Just sell it to the strangers. This is your friend. And that was true. But then I figured out I gotta try Amazon. So I tried Amazon. Amazon is very popular in the U.S. I started selling, but I was selling. It's called FBM, Fulfillment by Merchant.
By merchant.
So initially, I started doing this. But every time I get the order, I have to take it to FedEx or UPS.
That's true.
So it was growing. So I figured I gotta change it, and then I changed it into FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. I shipped the machines to Amazon, the warehouse, and that's how it started. It started growing. Then when it started growing, the factory told me, hey, we no longer wants to do those machines because we don't sell enough. But I said, I'm just getting momentum. You cannot do that.
Yeah.
So they said, hey, then, okay, we will do it, but you got to buy the whole container. And I said, how am I going to come up with the money, So I decided, okay, I'm just going to sell all the travel trailers. I'm going to just put everything on one horse. And that was risky, again, but it paid off because that was the right decision. So I get the first container, and I sold it. So on Amazon, it was a pretty good success.
Right.
So I'm just keep selling those now. I'm expanding, to more machines, and I'm expanding to Polish market too.
So the same machine?
Same machines, but I have a bigger variety, from 10 liters a day up to 70 liters a day. But since we have a store in like a showroom in my town, Maciej, I also put more stuff into it, like a household appliances. So you will be able to buy the vacuum cleaners, hair dryers, stuff like that. So we're getting more TVs.
I see.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the business side. How did you scale the business with Amazon? Like from this, you switch from the merchant to fulfilled by Amazon?
Well, that was an interesting story too, because when I started Amazon, I didn't know how to create the store.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to create the brand. I didn't know how to create the storefront. All those small things you think, oh, it's easy.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not something that you put on and you wait for people to buy. It's very complicated from the inside. It's a very sophisticated system. I was trying to get somebody who can teach me, but of course there's a lot of mentors who wants $5,000, $6,000, and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
And I said, no, that's okay. So I put one laptop on the left side. I put the right laptop on one laptop on the right side, and I had an Amazon store on this side and a YouTube on this side. And whatever I couldn't figure out, I typed it on the YouTube, and I got an answer. It just took me a little bit longer, maybe 2-3 weeks, but I figured everything out.
Okay.
And then, of course, for the stuff that I didn't know how to do, I use a Fiverr, outsourcing a lot of stuff. So I created a store. Now, the big step forward was when I changed to FBA, because when Amazon have the stuff in their possession, they can control it more. So if you have to ship it, so they it's risky to them because they don't know if they can depend on you. So also when you're on FBA, the algorithm is pushing you up also.
They push it more.
Yeah, because they have it already. So they can distribute it, and they have hub centers all over the United States. So they ship to all different hubs. So the stuff is getting closer to every single customer. It's not in the one spot. They ship it. So the more stuff you ship to them, it's better. So customer can get the machine faster. So that's the reason why. So FBA was definitely big step forward. And now, of course, you just have to keep growing the business, keep growing the choice of machines.
And you were running ads to your stores? That's how you grow the business? Or how were you
Yes.
making the sales?
The ads you have to grow through PPC in Amazon, of course. So I spend about $3,000-4,000 every month on ads.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, but you know, I don't have to have my own physical store in the United States. I just have a storage where I just ship the machines all over. So I sell also on my own website. I also sell on Walmart and on Shopify and a regular WordPress website. So 4 different sources. But the good thing about this business is that there's no actually ceiling. You know, you can advertise and keep growing, which I couldn't do with the RV rental business because I was very limited to how many campgrounds have. You know, I was limited into where to park the trailers, the RVs. Everything is costly. You know, the trailers are very expensive.
Yeah.
Storage is very expensive in the Keys so I couldn't grow. So the thing is that I make the decision. You know, I'm a risk taker.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you think, oh, I feel comfortable. I'm making good money. Why risk it? You know, why go outside of the box? And that's a good part too. You know, when you're divorced, you're single, you do whatever you want, and you take the risk and you don't care.
That's true.
You know, so.
So how do you think your Polish heritage has influenced your entrepreneurship spirit?
I think it was very important, especially people my age, because new immigration. There is no so many immigration anymore to the United States from Poland, because why they should even go? You know, it's hard. If anybody, sometimes people are asking me, is it still good to go to immigrate to the United States? And my answer is, I don't think so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that unless you have the business that you can actually run from the United States, but to go over there, to do what? You know, if you're thinking, people are in a la la land. They think they're going to land over there and have a great job and make money and be a millionaire. It doesn't work that way. You know, the reality is harsh. I think it's harsher than here in Poland. Over there, nobody cares about you. I mean, completely nobody. You know, it's just, you think that somebody's going to try to help you. No. It's like one of my friends asked me, is there any help? Because here in Poland, you guys have some help. You know, you can find the financing. Over there, it's completely impossible to get help. If you have an idea or startup business, actually, nobody is going to help you. I have a company, a financing company, when I have a car rental company. They met me. They were interested in me. But they said, okay, we'll wait to see if you're going to still survive.
Oh, my God.
So they'll let you go run for a year or year and a half. If you're still alive, okay, we'll borrow you some money. Yeah. So that's how I started financing, you know, my car rental company, you know, those days. But it's tough. I think that in Poland, it's really great opportunity for people here. And the thing is that people from inside here, they don't see it. You got to be outside to see what's happening. I think I'm a positive thinker. I think that there is still a lot of opportunities here, and this country is growing, and this country is going to go somewhere in Europe. I'm 100% sure.
So you built a successful business in the US, and now you're moving to Poland. Do you think that Poland is ready for its own version of the Polish dream?
Yes, but people need to change their attitude.
So how so? Let's talk about that.
Be more positive. Every time I go, you know, now, you're going to run into this problem. You're going to run into this problem. You know, everybody is like looking for the reason not to do it. Or, you know, you're going to do this. We might end up with a penalty for this. Okay, don't see it as a penalty. See it as a cost of doing business. Okay, so count into that. It's like many times, no, you can't do that. Well, listen, I used to live in the States. I also, as I mentioned before, I used to live in Colombia.
Colombia, right.
So go to Colombia and try to do business over there, okay?
We will talk about that as well. So what does the Polish dream mean to you, and how it's different from the American dream?
That's a good question. How different it is? Well, it is. The difference is that I already know that a lot of American companies are here. So that's a one good sign that there is opportunity here. Now, what's better for me to have Polish dream because I was born here. So I understand the culture. I understand. I speak language. You know, nobody can even tell that I'm from U.S. You know, I don't pretend to have an accent when I. A lot of those people who are from the States, you know, especially those who've been in States like 3-4 years, have an accent. It's fake, guys. Don't believe it. It's bullshit. So I think, and plus, you know, I have a legal status here. I'm a Polish citizen. I have a Polish driver's license, Polish ID. To me, I think that based on my experience from the United States and my point of view, I think I have a great chance to be very successful here. And I want to prove it. I want to really prove it to other people that it's possible.
So what would be the Polish dream in your view?
Polish dream?
Yeah.
To create another business, which I'm already in the process of doing, and grow it to the point that everybody's going to know about it. So my goal is, to start making more money than in the United States, or the same money, and I'll be happy. And I'm not really moving to Poland.
Okay, that's what I want to ask.
Yeah, no, I'm in the United States and I'm in Poland. Everybody think, oh, you're moving to Poland. No, I'm not. You know, today's world is completely different. You don't have to make that choice. I'm an American. I can live in America. You know, I'm here 3 weeks from now. I'm gonna stay 3 weeks. Start up the business. I'm gonna go back to the States for 2 months. Stay over there, do my thing over there, and come back here. You don't have to be like, okay, I'm here or I'm there. You know, these days it's like world is open. You can travel wherever you want, and especially if I have 2 passports.
Yeah.
You know, for European Union. Yeah. So I'm lucky.
So what kind of challenges do you anticipate here in Poland in the way of running the business?
Bureaucracy.
Okay.
And a lot of things that are so much easier in the United States. For example, very simple example which just hit me and I don't understand it. The tax, VAT. When you import something, then you have to pay VAT tax for all the stuff that you're buying, and then later you'll get it back, maybe, or I even don't figure it out yet. We hired the accountant because to me it's like, okay, I don't understand it, so I better hire somebody. I always hire that third party who knows what's going on. I did that in the United States and pay off. So that's another thing, that hire somebody who knows what they're doing. You know, don't try to do everything on your own because you will fail. Plus, another thing is if you hire a company, let's say in the United States, it saved my ass because I hired and I was audited, but I hired the professional company who did the payroll. And
it was easy.
It was not only easy, but there was a reputable company, so they know that they're not going to find anything because everything I did, it was right. So I do the same thing here, you know. But I totally don't get it. In the United States, I even have a certificate, retail certificate, so I don't have to pay tax. So if I'm buying anything from another business, I'm showing them the certificate. They do not charge me sales tax. I pay sales tax only when I sell. When I import, let's say, whole container, I just pay duty, you know, the custom fees, but I don't pay sales tax right away for the whole. That's crazy. I pay only when I sell, and I file those taxes every 3 months. So I go through my books, I see how much I sold, and I look how much I collected the tax for the government. And then I pay them every 3 months. But they never ask me to pay for everything up front. And then there is some complicated system that you can get it back later. That's something that I just simply don't understand.
Yeah, well, you choose. Europe, things are done here differently.
Yeah.
You have to adapt here.
But no, and I'm willing to. You know, it's not like, oh, it's crazy. You know, here in the States we have, okay, it's a different system. So I'm not complaining.
Yeah, of course.
I just have to adopt.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I I made a decision already that I want to do this. So now I gotta just go through hoops, and all the loops and find a way to do it.
So can you tell me more about this business a little bit? Like, what do you do? What's different?
You talking about e-commerce?
No, this one that you're gonna launch here.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be not only a retail, because I want to be in every single major city. So right now we're starting in Zielona Góra because it's my town. I know everybody. I have my very good friend Chris who is helping me a lot of stuff. I want to expand. I want to create kind of chain of smaller stores, and sell household appliances. But major is going to be my machines, water machines.
Yeah, the water machines. So tell me about these water machines because they sound revolutionary.
They actually sound revolutionary, but the technology is old.
Okay.
You just create the pure drinking water from the humidity which is in the air. So you have air filters, so the air is going through to the machine through the air filters, goes to collect like a collecting tank in the back of the machine, and then it's being pumped through the 3 or 4 or 5 filters, so that you create pure drinking, and go into another tank in the front of the machine. You're creating pure drinking water from the air. So you cannot get any better because in the United States they worry that they put the fluor in our water. The water goes through the pipes underground. Who knows? Nobody cleaned them. So we don't know what stuff it's in there. So I think it's the purest water you can have to drink. Not to mention in case of emergency, if you have no water, they're gonna cut off the water. There's no power. You will still need a power to generate the water, but you can also have a power bank with the solar, and have a solar energy goes to a power bank, and from power bank you can power up the machine. So they take from 200 watts up to 1500 watts depending on the machine.
Did you do any market research before launching the business here? That maybe Poland.
Yeah, it was very simple.
Yeah?
I just check if there is a product like this. I found one company, but they are not active.
Okay.
Nobody sells this. So basically I have no competition. It's just the product is still a little bit too expensive, but we'll see. The stuff here in Poland is getting expensive. There is a lot of stuff that people are still buying. It is expensive, but people are buying stuff, especially when you think, what would happen if we're gonna run out of water? You can survive longer without the food, but you cannot survive without water.
True that.
So I think that something like this, it should be priority. People don't realize till till the crisis comes, and then how I'm gonna get the water? Get this machine at least as an emergency, the smaller one, because if your family is not gonna have a water, let's say it's gonna be a war. What if the war expand to Poland from Ukraine?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not, but
Yeah. No, I see what you point. I see. Well, let's say, what were the top business lessons or entrepreneurship lessons that you learned from launching and scaling this business? And then
in general, in the States or in Poland?
In the States.
In the States?
Yeah. So if someone says, hey, I'm in the US, I want to also move to Poland and start my business or scale mine, what advice would you give them?
You talking about the US or you talking about?
In general.
In general. Well, the thing is, do your own research. There's a lot of gurus that are claiming to know everything and give you money for it. Honestly, we have so many tools right now. Do it yourself. If you cannot do it and figure it out on your own, and you want to pay to a guru to tell you what to do, I don't think you're the right person to do the business, because they're just interested in your money. And I did a couple of those, and I thought that it's going to help me. It didn't help me. I tried to research on my own. We have a YouTube. Now we have a Chat GPT, which is just awesome. I don't do anything with it. Yeah, AI. Without Chat GPT, AI, it helps me a lot. So instead of paying somebody, spend some more time, educate yourself. Don't count on gurus. That's my opinion. But everybody, I feel comfortable to do my own research. Some people maybe, I have a lot of experience too. So maybe that's why I'm saying this. But if you are really, in your 20s, 22s, you need those mentors. You need those gurus because you don't know a lot of stuff. But don't go too crazy. I love Grant Cardone. He's a great guy, but he's doing some courses, 2-day courses for $40,000.
What?
And one time, because I met him also, and one time he asked me, "Are you investor in my company?" And I was like, "No, and I will never be one," because I don't think I like him. He got a lot of cool stuff to say, and I learned a lot from him. But I will never invest any money, in his business. That's, I got a better idea for my money.
All right. So do your own research. Do not rely on gurus. What else?
Well, if you can, do the business yourself. Don't
No business partners.
no business partners.
That's actually interesting. Tell
Because-
me about the chapter, actually. This. Why no business partners?
Why?
Because I have a different point of view. I don't think if you want to announce a real, there's always at least two people. For example, you have the creative mind and then you have the business mind. That's
You
my
will
view.
always have a different point of view. I love to be independent.
Okay.
If I have, let's say, I have a business partner and I want to invest in the videos, I have a vision that social media videos, you got to be present on YouTube,
Right.
and I understand that it requires money, so you have to pay. Now, your partner might have a different point of view. He said, "No, it's stupid. I don't want to invest in cameras. I don't want to invest in the video crew. I think you're spending way too much." It creates conflict.
Right.
And the thing is that also my personality, I kind of know what I want and I know what I'm doing. So I don't need anybody else to tell me, do this way, do this way. I'm at that point of time in my life where I just don't need anybody's advice. I don't care. I just do it my own way. So to me, I don't want any business partners. But that's my personal opinion.
Okay.
You might be different.
No,
of
course, absolutely.
So
I mean, if it's working, it's working, right?
if it's working, it's good. But I'm blaming myself a little bit too, because I know I might be not easy to work with because I have my own visions. Some people don't have that vision.
Right.
And I adjust. I pivot, because if I don't see, okay, the business is dying, then I gotta change. I gotta pivot to a different direction. So and somebody else does it. No, let's stay in this business. Let's don't risk it. No, and I don't have to deal with this. I just make the decision, I change the direction, and I'm going. I fail. But you gotta keep trying till you figure it out.
Would you consider yourself as unforgiving? Because from what I'm hearing is you had a marriage, it was unsuccessful, and then it's like, I'm not getting married. You had this business partner, it failed, and you're like, I'm not gonna get a business partner. Where does this come from?
Everything depends from the scale of the damage they did to you.
Meaning?
Meaning, okay, I'll give you an example. My ex-wife, I don't want to sound like a victim.
No,
I
man,
hate to talk about this because I don't care. It's done. But the thing is that she have a different idea. She did a lot of damage, emotional damage. She took my daughter. She was 2 years old. She went, she built her own second life, not even care about me. So that was an emotional damage. But the business partner, it was a financial damage. He completely ruined me. Like I said, I have about $300 in my pocket, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do now. And I thought that this is over. I mean, there's no way I can get up. So that's the reason why. It depends from them. You can be forgiving, but it depends from the damage they did to you. Let's say me and Chris. I know Chris for 30 years. If I'll piss him off, he'll piss me off. Those are little things. We correct it, and we are friends. We have some failures. I
Of course.
We did some things. I did some things that he could be mad at me, and vice versa. But this is not damage that cannot, it's just going to destroy everything.
Yeah.
So everything depends from the damage. I'm forgivable. He's forgivable. Some other people, but some things you cannot just forget. You just don't want to talk about it, but just keep moving. keep moving.
What's your approach to personal development? What is it for you?
Personal development is very important. I mean, I love personal development. Even I invite Chris so many times to United States, and I say, hey, Chris, there's a, you know, there are meetings, conferences about the marketing, about this. I'll go listen. You know, we went to a couple of things, and it was interesting, eye-opening. I think it's very important, but don't go too crazy. You know, with like
Too deep.
too deep and paying. I mean, paying somebody, because
The guru.
on all those meetings, you know, to enter those meetings is very cheap, $100 or $150. But you don't get it that you've been invited just because they want to sell you more, so they want to upsell you.
Funnels, yeah.
So this is just the first step, and then it was It's beautiful, and the last day is like, okay, now, and then I'm say, Chris, let's get the fuck out of here, because they starting.
The hard selling.
Yeah,
The hard sells.
So they're gonna start selling you something for $15,000, $20,000, $40,000. That's the time to go.
Nice.
You know.
Which experience do you have? Because I actually remember I've been to, what is it? The Tony Robbins or something?
Tony Robbins, yeah.
Have you ever been to his?
No, he's like too big guru
Okay.
to me, and he's more like in personal development.
Yeah.
I listen more to people that I can learn about the business
From the business.
more, like a Grant Cardone, Patrick Bet-David. I love him. You know, Bradley. There's a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know. I sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, it's too loud, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like-
So, Maciej, you've lived in the US, in Colombia, and we're going to speak about it, in Poland, obviously. So, what have these experiences taught you about immigration and the economic opportunity?
Well, the most important thing is when I immigrated to United States, because that opened a lot of doors for me. So of course I had to legalize my status there. So I did that. So I did it through the marriage, you know. So I married an American citizen. So that's how I got my green card, and that's how I got my citizenship later. I was never even thinking about illegal immigration. The illegal immigration, I didn't understand this. Like when I heard here or in the United States, and all this, all this craziness that, you know, people are coming illegally here and they shouldn't be coming. I didn't understand that they actually crossing the border without the passports. And I said, why is it so strange to you that we don't want that? You know, the things, I did everything legally. So to me, it was kind of, I couldn't understand this. When I went to Colombia, I did everything legal. You know, I went to a legal process. I invested the money in Colombia. I opened the company, and that's how I got the status of resident in Colombia.
But just for you, like, what is it for you to be an immigrant?
Well, the thing is, I don't feel an immigrant anymore.
Interesting.
I feel I'm a citizen of the world. I feel that I am in the United States. I can be in Colombia. You can be in any country you want. Just ask how to get the legal status. Like, look at you. You know, you're doing something good for Poland.
Right.
You know, I recognize you. I notice you from United States. You know, so the YouTube, I probably recommended your channel, and I would start watching you. You know, and I liked it. You know. And I like, and you're very objective. You're not kissing anybody's ass. You're just saying as it is. And I think that this is also something very important these days. That's why the TV is not popular anymore. We want real thing. You know, we want authenticity. You know, so I don't feel like an immigrant. I feel great here in Poland. I feel at home. I feel great in America. Like at home. When I'm flying to Colombia, I feel like my home too. You know, so my point of views might be a little bit different, you know, but I didn't run into issues anywhere with being an immigrant.
Right. So you spoke that you are now working on bringing Colombians legally to
Yes.
Poland. What's that about?
Well, we know that there is a shortage of people here to work. Colombian people, average pay in Colombia, it's about $300-400 a month, which is not a lot. And right now, we start hearing that there are Colombians coming to Poland. So since I have a lot of connections in Colombia, I said, why not doing this? Because I have a connections in Colombia, I have a connections in Poland, and I can be that guy who can put this together, you know. And I think it's a great opportunity. I'm not gonna even help the other people from Colombia to make money and support their families legally, but we can help them to get here and take care of the papers. So it's a process. It's not going to happen right away. We already went through some applications. We know it's going to take a long time to get it organized, but that's the plan. That's the plan.
You think Colombians would adapt nicely to Poland?
They better. They have to work on some things because well, I love Colombian people, man. They're awesome. They're very similar to Polish too, kind of. We still are two different worlds, but we also value family. We also love football, which is called soccer in US. A lot of things are like kind of similar. Even the currency, it's like 4,000 pesos is $1. 4 zloty is $1. So, and a lot of stuff. The prices for like real estate is similar. So if the house is $250,000 here, the same house in Colombia will be about the same price. But Colombians are always late. And every single person, I mean, if you're going to go and date someone, they're late, 3-4 hours. If you're going to set up the appointment with a real estate agent, they are late. They are always late. Perfect example. My friend, she's Colombian. She's supposed to fly with me to Poland. I said, we're going to work together. You're on the Colombian side. You're going to collect, try to get those people there. Come to Poland. You got to see the Poland so you can tell the people how Poland is. So I told her, listen, but you got to tell me because I got to experience. You're really flying, right? Because I'm going to buy you the tickets. Yes, I'm flying 100%. When I said I'm flying. Okay, great. I know her for 5 years. So I said, okay, I don't know.
I see.
But let's do it. I spent $1,000 on the tickets from Medellin to Fort Lauderdale and from Miami to Warsaw. I was just about to pick her up from the airport. 3 hours before I supposed to pick her up, I'm getting a text message. Oh. I'm not coming. I'm sorry. I didn't feel too good. I was furious.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing about Colombian that I'm worried that they have to adjust. They have to get used to it, that you have to be on time. You have to be more reliable. But it's Latin culture, but Colombians especially. So that's the only thing that I don't know. Maybe if this is something that they can adjust, but they have to. We have a different culture. You got to be on time.
Yeah, I learned that also the hard way. Coming from Morocco, we also have a similar culture.
Yeah,
which is like easygoing.
Yeah,
feeling, and but I adapted because I knew that's the way. You know how to make it. Here, you speak fondly of Colombia. Tell me about this Colombia chapter because it's very important in your storyline.
Yeah, Colombia, of course.
Tell me the craziest story that happened in Colombia. I'm sure you had some.
No, I will not.
Okay,
that's why we call it crazy.
End of the show.
That's why we call it crazy. Yeah. No, it is amazing. Of course, I'm not gonna lie. Like anybody else, I'm a man. That the thing is that I'm not really tall. I'm kind of short. So Colombian women perfectly fits me because they're shorter. And I really love the way they look. It's just something. When I got divorced, she was Polish. My ex-wife. When I moved to Miami, there's only Latinas. So I got into and I always date Latina women. It's just I don't know. Call me whatever.
It's in the blood.
But it's like that's.
So how long you lived in Colombia?
2 years, but 6 months I lived nonstop. because it's a 2 hours 50-minute flight,
It's not that far, huh?
very close.
So what happened in Colombia then?
In Colombia, what I did is when I have a RV rental company, I learned the lesson when I got audited by workers' compensation, revenue, all the stuff that they audited me.
American companies, yeah?
It's a government company.
Agencies, yeah.
And that was very funny because that's another story. But when I signed a contract with Disney as a preferred vendor, I was a preferred vendor for Disney. Disney have a campground in Orlando, and I was preferred vendor. And when I quit that contract, I told them, hey, listen, it's not going to work out. I don't want to be your preferred vendor. Goodbye. I said goodbye to Disney.
Wow.
So Disney, I don't have a proof.
Yeah.
But 2 months later, I got hit with every single audit that's possible. That's very weird, okay? So I don't know what happened. So anyway, the reason why I moved my company to Colombia, because I have a call center in Orlando. They start sending me all the audits. Like there was a workers' compensation audit. I didn't know that in my industry, if you have more than 3 people, you have to have a workers' compensation. It's like kind of insurance for your employees. I didn't know that. So they hit me with a $20,000 penalty. And I said, okay, no, this is crazy. So I have a payment plan, I pay them, but I moved everything to Colombia. So I moved to Colombia. I had a space in WeWork, so I rented the office, and I hired Colombians who speak perfect English with American accent. And I just transferred the calls from United States to Colombia. So when somebody called, they thought they're talking to somebody from US, but they're talking to somebody in Colombia. I have 2 people working over there for me. So that's how I avoided, workers' compensation and that, that penalties. I said, I'm just going to move everything over there. And then I just started, in order to get the, not citizen, residency, at that time, you have to invest, I think, $15,000 or $20,000.
That's it?
Yeah. And I built the office. I built, the way I want it. So I have those people working in my offices. So then that's how I started living there.
Going there, traveling, business and play.
Yeah.
Is the business still there?
No, during the pandemic, I got back to the United States, and that was a time when I had that problem with my business partner. So I went back because I have to go to FBI, police, and trying to save my company, which is another story, interesting too. But I went back, and then pandemic hit. So I couldn't go back. And I have to make a decision because pandemic hit like in March, I think, 2020. Right. And my leases ended in July. So I have to make a decision. I was in the States, and I say I have to make a decision what to do. So I pulled the plug. Which means I shut down all the office, the office, and I said that's okay.
If you have to summarize your Colombian experience, what would it be in one word?
I love it.
Or one sentence.
I love it. I love Colombia.
Right. Okay.
I love Colombia.
Do you still go there?
Of course. I was there 2 weeks ago.
There you go.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Because we talk about the Colombian
business,
okay. and I was there like a month ago and 2 weeks ago. No, I met a lot of cool people. I have connections with the coffee farms. At that time, I was promoting actually Colombia, kind of like not like you're doing completely different thing, which I love. But I was actually promoting Colombia throughout my Polish friends. So a lot of Polish people from Poland and from the United States came to Colombia. So I was the guide. I was showing them, where they can go, what they can see. We went to Guatapé. We even met sister of Pablo Escobar.
Oh, there you go. That's an interesting story. So, let's hear it.
Yeah.
How was that meeting?
Well, the thing is that I took my friends one day to Pablo Escobar museum. And there was one guy who worked over there. He was actually looking almost like you.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
And but he was a gangster.
Okay. So am I.
We kind of
secretly
have that kind of look. that he speaks perfect American English.
Okay.
But he got kicked out from Miami. He used to live in Miami, and because he didn't have a citizenship,
Right.
so they kicked him out because he was involved in some shooting. So they kicked him out. But he was working in the museum of Pablo Escobar. That's how when I met him, and he introduced me to Laura Escobar, which is Pablo Escobar's niece,
Nice. Okay.
and Roberto Escobar daughter. And then when I met her, she said, "Hey, listen, if you bring in people from the United States, from Poland, maybe they want to see my aunt.
Right.
So we can do special VIP tours for you, since we know you, and they can talk and ask questions to my aunt." That's Pablo Escobar's sister. So we did that. So I have a video. I have actually, I don't post it because my Colombian friends hate it.
Yeah, I know they are very skeptical.
Yeah, they don't want to promote.
Yeah.
Escobar.
Well, I can understand. To be
And
honest.
believe it or not, but they're not rich. They're actually struggling
Yeah, I've seen
because
that.
nobody wants to hire them. So Laura Escobar
sad.
have a problem to find a job. So that's why they working within their own environment, in the museum. But we met her. We talked to her. She told us that Pablo Escobar was not killed. That Pablo Escobar committed suicide. He always had a pistol with him, especially those last days. He carried a small pistol with him because he knew that day is coming.
Right.
So he didn't want to die from police bullets. So he shot himself in the ear. And I have that video, so we can maybe even show it. But that was an interesting story. The whole Colombia stuff. It's very interesting. And the culture is different. And if you go, even in the streets, it's chaos.
Right.
Not like here in Europe. I love here. You even want to step, you want to cross the street.
This stuff.
Car stops. No, in
Amazing.
Colombia, run because they're gonna run you over. Okay, so it's crazy. Here is everything is so. I love it here.
Yeah.
So organized. Go to Colombia, try to do business over there, then come to Poland, then you will appreciate it. How great everything is and how clean. They are clean in most of this stuff. Like they have shopping malls like here, but
Yeah, but
there's a lot
something
of-
is like chaotic about the culture.
Yeah,
It's the same I feel in Morocco. It's
Yeah.
it's beautiful, everything is nice, but it's chaotic. Yeah.
So when I
I
come
do
here-
appreciate being here. in
Yeah,
Morocco. That's the reason.
that's the same thing with me.
So that's an interesting segue because we touched on a little bit of the immigration topic, and we're going to get back to it because it's very crucial and a lot of people are interested in it. So what is your point of the immigration debate here in Poland? There's a lot of noise, I'd say, and you speak about how for example, the sentiment towards Russian and Ukrainians has changed, the immigrants. So tell me more about this.
Well, the thing is that I look from outside, okay? So I don't want to be attacked by your viewers. Oh, no, Ukrainians are bad, Russians are bad. Bottom line, I think that it's those are relationship between people. I don't think we should focus on politics. Those politicians make those decisions to kill another country or attack another country. I think that it would be great to have, people are people.
Right.
I heard many times that there are some cars devastated with the Russian plates, in Poland. Why do you do that? I mean, maybe those people are here because they don't want to be there. Maybe they're escaping regime and they are here. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are bad. So maybe I look a little bit from my point of view from America. It doesn't happen in America, I mean, those people are protected regardless. You can have a point of view. The same thing with the Ukrainians. I totally get it. It was such a beautiful thing when Polish people helping Ukrainians.
Right.
People in America was thanking me, and I didn't do nothing. I'm just Polish. Americans are saying we're so thankful that you're Polish people helping them, and that was beautiful. But now it's like I know that there's a lot of things changed, but it's like okay, I just hate to see hate.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But you gotta understand. So the problem that from reading and because Polish people, they say, okay, we open our doors to the Ukrainians, for example, we help them. But now all what we see is the G-Wagons and the Lamborghinis with the Ukrainian plates. And the Polish people, yet again, they feel betrayed.
Well, you gotta stop doing this. I mean, G-Wagon, so what? So what? I mean, let them be. Why not? They have money. They're spending money here. What's the problem? I mean, are they hurting you? Did they do anything bad to you? I think that the more people coming with money to Poland, they're gonna spend that money here. Hopefully this is all legal. There's no gangsters.
Yeah.
But I think that this shouldn't be happening. That people are hating just because they have a G-Wagon or Bentley. I noticed that too. There's a lot of cars, exotic and luxury cars. But me, I don't think that it would bother me.
But we're speaking about not you personally, but like the normal average citizen who is struggling to survive, and then
Polish citizen or Ukrainian?
Polish citizen.
Well, then
What I'm trying to say is to see it from their perspective.
But why are they struggling? Why are they blaming somebody else that have somebody more than you?
It's the human nature.
That's what I don't agree with this.
Right.
And in the States, that's what it is in America. That people are not jealous. I mean, if they see you in Lamborghini, Porsche,
They are happy for you.
they're happy for you and they want to be friends with you. How did you do that? Can you help me to get there? I think it's a problem with our culture, personality. I don't know how to say it.
Right.
But I see things different because most of my life I spent in the States. So maybe I don't understand something. Tell me, because
No, I'm just trying to get your perspective as
I don't see anything
Polish
wrong with it.
living abroad.
I see as a positive. Bring all those people, let them spend the money. I mean, maybe it's not good because sometimes the prices of apartments are raising up.
Yes,
right?
that's
So
also right.
So that
Correct.
maybe it's affecting Polish people. So I understand that. But the thing is, Polish people already make a decision. They let them in. It's like you go into orphanage. You're adopting the baby, but after 2-3 years, that baby is not really behaving well. So it's like, I don't want it back. Take the baby back. I think that Polish people should, when they're making a decision, remember that it might have that kind of, in the future, it might end up that way. So, America is taking a lot of immigrants from all different countries. They, unless you are a criminal, they will kick you out, right? Especially right now.
What's happening?
Trump is like sweeping, every single city, getting them out. But those are the most of those criminals are like, child molesters, really people that they be killing people. So I don't know. It's just, when you make a decision, take the responsibility and remember that you might regret that decision. So don't maybe go full speed. Poland went full speed. We want to help them because we have open hearts.
That's a good point.
We have open hearts. So Polish people, bring them in. We'll help them. And then all of a sudden, I don't want to, defend Ukrainians, but because I don't like what they did right now too. Hey, we want everything. Give me more. Yeah. That's another thing that I want to say. Hey, my Ukrainian brothers,
Relax.
hold on, okay? Hold your horses.
Full speed.
Appreciate what we're doing for you, and don't go too far. But driving G-Wagons, I think it's just stupid.
Yeah,
Just let them be.
So what do you think that Poland should do, or perhaps the Polish politicians should do?
First of all, I heard that there's a lot of people who are criminals. Get rid of them. Ukrainians.
Okay.
You're crossing the line. Get them out. That's the first thing. Should they still getting the help? I don't know. I don't really know. I'm not a politician. It's not up to me. For sure, the women with the children, I think that they should be protected and have help. But the young guys, why are you paying them unemployment? Find a job. If not here, go to different country and get a job. But I'm hearing that they're kind of a little bit demanding, that they think that they expected to get help for nothing. if you can't work, you shouldn't get money.
Right.
I see a lot of Ukrainians here, working. That's nice. I love it. But if you're a criminal or you don't work, you shouldn't get any help. When I came to America, nobody gave me nothing.
Right. Same here.
I have zero. I have zero. So and that's how it built my personality. That's how I fall, but I was able to get up. I remember when we met first, Carolina or you said, look at him. Can you imagine if he would be American, he could probably achieve bigger success.
Right.
And I said no. Just because I'm an immigrant, I think that I was able to do what I do because I can do it from scratch, from the bottom, without any handouts. You try to push me, squash me, and I'm still here, still alive. So I think that that's something that immigrants have in their blood, and that's what I would expect from Ukrainians. Just don't ask for a handout. Just go and work, do something good.
Do you follow the politics a little bit here in Poland? So we're going to have the elections for a new president. What do you think about this? And do you have any favorite leaders?
You know what? The thing is, I'm getting so confused about politics right now. I don't want to. I don't want to take a stand because I even don't know who is right, who is wrong. I thought that this party is good. When I start looking into this, but I decided this is something I never want to get into and take the sides. The only politician that got my attention was Dominic, but I was Tarczynski because I was in the States. I have no clue about parties, what's going on here in Poland, but I started watching him in 2016, 17, 18, and he was interested. I'm an interesting person. I think he's a more marketer than a politician. He figured out recently what works. As you know, I basically helped him to get to a Patrick Bet-David show, and I make a few phone calls, and I was able to get him in.
Why did you do that?
Because I want American people to know that we have politicians who are not afraid to speak up, and he was kind of like a little bit like a Trump. So he was saying his mind, and that was impressive. And I want to maybe drag a little bit more attention to Poland, so they can start liking us. So we're gonna be a little bit more recognizable, and it looks like it worked for him because he's getting more popularity, especially outside. The thing is that he sees things different than probably most of the people here. We see him completely different than Polish people do.
Right.
To us, especially if you look on the comments, every single interview, everybody's like, "Yeah, Dominic, you're kicking the ass. You should be a president." That's going back to authenticity. Doing the YouTube channels, why TV is dying, and podcasts like this because they're authentic.
Right.
Dominic just hit that spot, and American people are looking at him kind of like a Trump. Because he's speaking his mind. So I think that right now he's going to be the Trump, because I talked to guys from Patrick Bet-David show, and they told me, the Trump knows about him. So Trump, the whole staff knows what's up, especially after the election night, and especially after the interview he did. He was a great material for the podcast. That was also why I decided I gotta push him. I gotta help him out to get there, and he got there. So I'm glad that it worked for him. I'm happy that I was a little bit part of it, small part of it. That I could probably help him to get there, and then it looks like it works for him. So hopefully, the main thing is that we want.
Why do you think his message resonates with so many people?
Because he's telling the truth. He's a little bit overreacting to some stuff, but I think it's more like a click for the YouTube videos.
Okay.
But because we're not killing people here,
I know.
we're not killing immigrants. But
Very
thumbnail says they're killing people in Poland.
Right. What actually I'm interested into, because he, like you said, he resonates more with people outside of Poland than Poland. Because, like you say, when you read the comments, everyone is like, "Hey, Sweden sends its regards.
Yes.
France sends its regards. Germany, we want this leader." Why do you think such people
I
outside
think,
of Poland?
I think because people don't know the details, what's going on here.
Right.
Like I heard, he's not very popular in Poland, but he's very popular outside of Poland. Because we see him from outside, we see him the way we see him on the YouTube. So we don't know details. We don't know. I even didn't know what party he was, honestly, because I didn't care. You know, so it's just simply that I think that they think that he's a Republican. That's why he resonates, because his message is kind of very similar to Republican message in the United States. But when Vincent Oshana, because I know Vincent Oshana, friend with him, he's on the panel with Patrick Bet-David. Vincent asked me, so Matthew, how the party works in Poland? Is it Republican and Democrats? I said, no, it's a little bit different. It's really hard to say because we don't have like a Republican and Democrats. The system here is different. There are some parties, and the way we choose the president in Poland is different. A lot of stuff is different. So it was really hard to explain to him. So I think that he resonates because he's sending similar message as like a Trump. So that's why they like him. Trump, you know, I don't know why in Poland they put him, you know, in a different perspective. People like Trump in the U.S., especially Florida.
Especially now, yeah.
You know, I know that some stuff I don't agree with 100% with him. And especially those tariffs. I don't know, tariffs against Canada, your neighbor. I don't know if it's right move, but I got a feeling that there's something behind it, that this is not about, border. Politicians, all politicians in Poland and the United States will not tell you the truth till the end. So you don't know exactly what's behind the decision that they're making. But I don't think that Trump is really want to hurt. I think there is something different. We all heard that he's trying to, put Canada as a 51st state, or Greenlandia, maybe it's a new way of colonialism.
Yeah.
Without the war.
You never know.
Without the war, just, who knows? I don't know. And then later, he's going to expand the United States and say, hey, look, under my watch, we didn't have a war, but I got Canada. It's not going to happen, but at least he's trying. I don't know, maybe, I don't want to say like a conspiracy theory,
too deep into the politics.
Yeah.
This is not a political show, it's a story show. So, Maciej, thank you so much for coming today and sharing with us our
My
stories.
pleasure.
And I'll see you in Zielona Góra.
See you in Zielona Góra. Welcome to see you there.